Zaya bursts into a biker bar, bleeding and chased. Zaya screamed. Every head in the bar turned. She stood in the doorway. Her face was red. Tears poured down her cheeks. Her shirt was torn at the shoulder. Blood dripped from her knee. The room went silent. 12 men sat at tables. Big men, tattooed men. Leather jackets hung on their chairs. Motorcycles lined up outside like soldiers. This was the Iron Den. This was where the Hells Angels met every Friday night. And this girl just ran inside. "Please," Zaya said. Her voice shook. "Please help me." A man stood up. His name was Cade. He had a gray beard, scars on his knuckles, eyes like winter. "What happened?" Cade asked. Zaya tried to speak. The words wouldn't come. She pointed behind her. Outside, an engine roared. A black truck pulled into the parking lot. Fast, too fast. The truck stopped. The door opened. A man stepped out. He was tall, wore a leather jacket. Not their leather. Different patches, different colors. "There she is," the man yelled. Zaya grabbed Cade's arm. "Don't let him take me, please. He'll kill me." Cade looked at the other men. They all stood up. Chairs scraped against wood. Boots hit the floor. "Stay behind me," Cade said. The man from the truck walked toward the door. He had a phone in his hand. He was calling someone. "Yeah, she's here," he said into the phone. "The biker bar. I got her." Cade stepped outside. The other men followed. "Who are you?" Cade asked. The man smiled. "Name's Riven. That girl belongs to me." "Nobody belongs to anybody," Cade said. Riven laughed. "You don't know what you're getting into, old man. That girl stole from my boss. She's coming with me." "She's bleeding," Cade said. "She's scared, and she asked us for help." "So?" Riven said. "So she's staying here," Cade said. Riven's smile disappeared. "You really want to do this?" "Yeah," Cade said. "I do." Riven pulled out his phone again. He made another call. "Send everyone," he said. "Now." He hung up. He looked at Cade. "You just made the biggest mistake of your life," Riven said. Then he got back in his truck. He drove away fast. Dust flew everywhere. The bikers stood in the parking lot. Nobody moved. Zaya walked outside. She wiped her face. "I'm sorry," she said. "I'm so sorry. I didn't know where else to go." Cade turned around. "What did you steal?" Zaya looked at the ground. "Money. A lot of money. But I had to. They were going to hurt my brother." "Who were?" Cade asked. "The Scorpions," Zaya said. The bikers looked at each other. Everyone in California knew the Scorpions. They weren't a motorcycle club. They were a gang. They sold drugs. They hurt people. They owned half the county. "Where's your brother now?" Cade asked. "They have him," Zaya said. "They said if I didn't bring the money back by tonight, they'd kill him." "How much did you take?" Cade asked. $50,000, Zaya said. The parking lot went quiet again. "Where's the money now?" Cade asked. Zaya reached into her pocket. She pulled out a folded piece of paper. She handed it to Cade. "It's hidden," she said. "I buried it. That's the location." Cade opened the paper. He read it. He folded it again. "How old are you?" he asked. 16, Zaya said. Cade closed his eyes. He took a deep breath. "How old's your brother?" he asked. 13, Zaya said. Cade looked at the other men. Meeting. Inside. Now. They all walked back into the bar. Zaya followed. Inside, Cade locked the door. He pulled down the shades. He turned off the neon sign in the window. The men sat down. Zaya stood near the door. "We have a decision to make," Cade said. "This girl came to us for help. The Scorpions are coming. If we get involved, this gets big." A man named Solon spoke up. He had long black hair, a scar across his cheek. "The Scorpions have 30 guys," Solon said. "Maybe more. They're dangerous." "So are we," Cade said. Another man spoke. His name was Juno. He was the youngest, 25. Tattoos covered his arms. What about the brother? Juno asked. They're holding him somewhere, Cade said. We don't know where. Then we find out, Juno said. Cade nodded. That's one option. What's the other option? Solon asked. Cade looked at Zaya. We give her back. Zaya's face went pale. No, Juno said. He stood up. No way. We don't give kids to gangs. I'm not saying I want to, Cade said. I'm saying it's an option. It's not, Juno said. She came here for help. We help. The room was quiet. Then Cade smiled. Good. That's what I wanted to hear. He walked over to Zaya. You're staying with us tonight. We're going to get your brother, and we're going to make sure the scorpions never come near you again. Zaya started crying. Thank you. Thank you so much. Don't thank me yet, Cade said. This is going to get ugly. Outside, engines rumbled. Lots of engines. Cade walked to the window. He pulled the shade back an inch. 10 motorcycles pulled into the parking lot. Then 10 more. Then 5 cars. Men got off the bikes. They wore different jackets, red and black, scorpion patches on the back. Riven was with them. He pointed at the bar. A man stepped forward. He was huge, shaved head, gold chains, a gun on his hip. That's Nix, Zaya whispered. He's the leader. Nix walked up to the door. He banged on it. Bang, bang, bang. Open up, Nix yelled. Send the girl out. Cade didn't move. I know you're in there, Nix yelled. You have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8. Cade looked at his men. Get ready. The bikers stood up. They grabbed chains, bats, wrenches, whatever they could find. Zaya backed into the corner. 3, 2, 1, Nix yelled. Then the window exploded. Glass flew everywhere. A brick landed on the floor. Everyone down, Cade yelled. The bikers dropped. More windows shattered. More bricks. More glass. Then the shooting started. Bang, bang, bang. Bullets hit the walls, the ceiling, the bar. Zaya covered her head and screamed. Juno crawled over to her. Stay low. The shooting stopped. Silence. Then Nix's voice again. Last chance. Send her out or we burn this place down. Cade looked at Zaya. Then at his men. We can't fight them all, Solon said. We're not going to, Cade said. He stood up. He walked to the door. He unlocked it. Cade, no, Juno yelled. Cade opened the door. He stepped outside. Nix smiled. Smart man. I want to make a deal, Cade said. No deals, Nix said. Give me the girl. She doesn't have your money, Cade said. I don't care, Nix said. She took it. She pays. What about her brother? Cade asked. Nix laughed. What about him? Let him go. Take the money. Leave the kids alone. Nix stepped closer. He was inches from Cade's face. You don't tell me what to do, Nix said. I'm asking, Cade said. And I'm saying no, Nix said. Now send her out or I kill you right here. Cade stared at him. Then he smiled. You're not going to kill me. Why not? Nix asked. Because you want the money, Cade said, and I know where it is. Nix's eyes narrowed. What? She gave me the location, Cade said. It's buried. You'll never find it without me. Nix grabbed Cade by the shirt. You're lying. Try me, Cade said. Nix let go. He stepped back. He thought for a moment. Fine, Nix said. You take me to the money. I let the girl go. And the brother, Cade said. Don't push it, Nix said. And the brother, Cade repeated. Nix sighed. Fine. But if you're lying, I kill everyone in that bar, including you. Deal, Cade said. Nix turned to his men. Get back on your bikes. We're going for a ride. He looked at Cade. You lead, we follow. Try anything stupid, and you die. Cade nodded. He walked back into the bar. The other bikers stared at him. "What are you doing?" Juno asked. "Buying us time," Cade whispered. "Get Zaya out of here. Take her to the safe house. I'll meet you there." "What about you?" Solon asked. "I'm taking them to the money," Cade said. "They'll kill you," Juno said. "Maybe," Cade said, "but not if I kill them first." He grabbed his jacket. He walked outside. Nix was waiting. "Let's go." Cade got on his motorcycle. He started the engine. The scorpions surrounded him. 30 bikes, 5 cars, all following one man. Cade pulled out of the parking lot. He didn't look back. Inside the bar, Zaya grabbed Juno's arm. "Where's he going?" she asked. "To save your brother," Juno said. "But he doesn't know where the money is," Zaya said. "I didn't tell him the real location. I lied." Juno froze. "What?" he said. "I gave him a fake address," Zaya said. "I was scared. I didn't trust anyone yet." "Then where is it?" Juno asked. Zaya's face went white. "It's at my house," she said, "hidden in my bedroom. And Nix's men are probably there right now." Cade drove fast. The night air hit his face, cold, sharp. Behind him, 30 motorcycles roared. Headlights cut through the dark. The scorpions followed like wolves. Nix rode next to Cade. Close, too close. "How far?" Nix yelled over the engines. 20 minutes, Cade yelled back. Nix nodded. He pulled out his phone. He made a call. Cade couldn't hear what he said. The wind was too loud. But he knew it wasn't good. They turned onto the highway. Empty road. No cars. Just darkness and yellow lines. Cade's mind raced. He knew the address Zaya gave him. An old warehouse on the edge of town. Abandoned. Nobody used it anymore. Perfect place to hide money. Or a perfect place to die. He glanced at Nix. The man's face was hard. No expression. Just cold eyes and a tight jaw. This wasn't going to end well. Cade reached into his jacket. Slowly. His fingers found the knife tucked inside. Just in case. Behind them, at the iron den, Juno grabbed Zaya's shoulders. "Your house?" he said. "Are you serious?" "I'm sorry," Zaya cried. "I didn't know what else to do." Solon stepped forward. "We need to get there. Now." "It's too late," Zaya said. "They probably already searched it." "Then we search it better," Juno said. He looked at the other bikers. "Everyone on your bikes. We're going to Zaya's house." "What about Cade?" Solon asked. "He can handle himself," Juno said. "Right now, we need that money." They all ran outside. Engines started. 11 motorcycles, all at once. Zaya climbed onto the back of Juno's bike. She wrapped her arms around him. "Hold on tight," Juno said. They took off. Fast. Faster than before. The road blurred. Wind screamed. The night swallowed them whole. Zaya's house was 15 minutes away. On the other side of town, a small neighborhood, quiet streets, normal families. Except Zaya's family wasn't normal anymore. Her mom left 2 years ago. Her dad worked nights. It was just her and her brother. And now her brother was gone. They turned onto Maple Street, Zaya's street. The bike slowed down. "Which house?" Juno asked. "The blue one," Zaya said. "At the end." Juno pulled over. The other bike stopped too. They parked in the shadows, engines off. The blue house looked dark. No lights inside. No cars in the driveway. "Looks empty," Solon said. "Let's check," Juno said. They walked up to the front door. Quiet. Careful. Juno tried the handle. Locked. "I have a key," Zaya said. She pulled it from her pocket. She unlocked the door. It opened with a creak. They stepped inside. The house was a mess. Furniture flipped over. Drawers pulled out. Papers everywhere. "They were here," Zaya whispered. Juno walked through the living room. He checked every corner, every shadow. Nobody home. "Where's your room?" he asked. "Upstairs," Zaya said. They climbed the stairs. Old wood. Every step creaked. Zaya's room was at the end of the hall. The door was open. Inside, the room was destroyed. Bed torn apart, clothes thrown everywhere, posters ripped off the walls. "Did they find it?" Juno asked. Zaya walked to her closet. She pushed aside a pile of shoes. She knelt down. She pulled up a loose floorboard. Underneath was a black backpack. She unzipped it. Stacks of cash. $50,000. All there. "They didn't find it," Zaya said. Juno let out a breath. Thank God. Solon appeared in the doorway. "We need to go. Now." "Why?" Juno asked. "Because I just looked out the window," Solon said. "And there's a car coming. Fast." They ran to the window. Looked down. A black SUV pulled onto the street. Headlights off. It stopped in front of the house. 4 men got out. Scorpions. "They came back," Zaya said. "Back door," Juno said. "Now." They ran downstairs, through the kitchen, out the back door. The backyard was dark, a tall fence, no gate. "Climb," Juno said. Zaya threw the backpack over the fence. She climbed after it. Fast. Faster than Juno expected. He climbed next. Then Solon. Then the others. Behind them, the front door crashed open. "Search every room," someone yelled. The bikers dropped into the neighbor's yard. They ran through the grass, over another fence, into an alley. Motorcycles waited there. Engines started, one by one. Zaya jumped on Juno's bike. She held the backpack tight. They took off. The scorpions ran out of the house. They jumped into the SUV. Tires screamed. The chase began. Meanwhile, Cade pulled off the highway. A dirt road. Gravel crunched under his tires. The warehouse appeared ahead. Old, broken, windows shattered, walls covered in graffiti. Cade stopped his bike. The scorpions stopped behind him. Nix got off his bike. He walked up to Cade. "This better not be a waste of time," Nix said. "It's not," Cade said. They walked to the warehouse door. Rusted metal, barely hanging on. Cade pushed it open. It groaned. Loud. Inside was black. No lights. Just shadows. Nix pulled out a flashlight. He clicked it on. The beam cut through the dark. Dust floated in the air. Old boxes stacked in corners. Broken machinery. Spiderwebs everywhere. "Where?" Nix asked. Cade pointed to the far wall. "Back there, buried under the floor." Nix nodded to his men. "Dig." 4 scorpions walked to the back. They had shovels. They started digging. Metal hit concrete. Sparks flew. Cade watched. His hand stayed near his knife. Nix stood next to him. "You better hope it's there." "It's there," Cade lied. He knew it wasn't. He just needed time. The scorpions dug for 10 minutes. Then 20. Then 30. Sweat poured down their faces. "Nothing!" one of them yelled. Nix turned to Cade, slow, his face dark. "Explain," Nix said. "Maybe they dug in the wrong spot," Cade said. "Maybe you're lying," Nix said. He pulled out a gun. He pointed it at Cade's head. "Last chance," Nix said. "Where's the money?" Cade didn't blink. "I don't know." Nix cocked the hammer. Click. "Wrong answer," Nix said. Then a phone rang. Nix's phone. He answered it. "What?" Someone spoke on the other end. Fast. Urgent. Nix's face changed. "You're sure?" More talking. "Fine. Bring her to me," Nix said. He hung up. He looked at Cade. "Looks like your friends found the money," Nix said. "And now they're bringing it to me, along with the girl." Cade's heart sank. "You're lying," Cade said. "Am I?" Nix asked. He turned to his men. Let's go. Change of plans. The Scorpions got back on their bikes. Nix looked at Cade. You're coming with us. If this is a trap, you die first. 2 Scorpions grabbed Cade. They tied his hands. They threw him in the back of a truck. The door slammed shut. Everything went dark. Across town, Juno's bike screamed through the streets. The SUV was right behind them, gaining, fast. They're too close, Zaya yelled. Juno turned hard, left, then right, through an alley, over a curb. The SUV followed. Then gunshots. Bang, bang, bang. Bullets hit the ground. Sparks flew. Get down, Juno yelled. Zaya ducked her head. She held the backpack tighter. Juno saw a parking garage ahead. Open gate. Dark inside. He turned. Hard. The bike leaned. Almost tipped. They shot into the garage. Up the ramp. Level 2. Level 3. The SUV followed. Engine roaring. Juno hit the brakes. The bike skidded. Stopped. He and Zaya jumped off. Hide, Juno said. They ran behind a concrete pillar. The SUV appeared. Headlights swept across the garage. It stopped. 4 men got out. They had guns. Come out, one of them yelled. We know you're here. Juno pulled out a wrench. Heavy. Metal. It wasn't much, but it was something. Zaya's hands shook. What do we do? We fight, Juno whispered. The Scorpions spread out. They searched between cars, behind pillars, getting closer. Juno's heart pounded. Then he heard it. Engines. Motorcycles. Lots of them. The other bikers appeared at the garage entrance. Solon and the rest of the crew. They revved their engines. Loud, like thunder. The Scorpions turned. Their eyes went wide. Run, one of them yelled. They sprinted back to the SUV. Jumped inside. Tires screamed. They took off. Down the ramp. Out of the garage. The bikers followed. Chasing. Hunting. Juno and Zaya ran to Juno's bike. We need to help Cade, Zaya said. I know, Juno said. But first, we need to stay alive. He started the engine. They took off. Out of the garage. Into the night. The chase continued. Through red lights. Past closed stores. Down empty streets. Then Juno's phone buzzed. He pulled over. Checked it. A text. From an unknown number. Bring the money to the old mill. Midnight. Come alone, or Cade dies. Zaya read it over his shoulder. It's a trap, she said. I know, Juno said. So what do we do? Zaya asked. Juno looked at her, then at the backpack, then at the phone. He typed a response. We'll be there. He hit send. Then he looked at Zaya. We're going to get your brother, and we're going to get Cade, but we're not going alone. What's your plan? Zaya asked. Juno smiled. We're going to give them exactly what they want. He pulled out the backpack, unzipped it, looked at the cash. Then he reached into his pocket. He pulled out a small device, a tracker. He tucked it inside the backpack, deep, hidden. And then, Juno said, we're going to take everything from them. Zaya stared at him. You're crazy. Maybe, Juno said, but it's going to work. They got back on the bike. The engine roared. The clock on a nearby church read 11:30. 30 minutes until midnight. 30 minutes until everything exploded. Juno twisted the throttle. They disappeared into the dark. And somewhere across town, in the back of a truck, Cade opened his eyes. His hands were still tied, but his knife was still hidden. He heard voices outside, Nix and his men, talking, planning. Cade smiled. They had no idea what was coming. The old mill stood at the edge of town. Broken windows, rusted metal, tall brick walls covered in vines. Nobody used it anymore, not for years. It was the perfect place for bad things to happen. Juno stopped his bike a block away. He killed the engine. Silence. Zaya climbed off. She looked at the mill. Her stomach turned. "This is it," she whispered. Juno nodded. He pulled the backpack off his shoulder, felt the weight, $50,000, and one small tracker hidden inside. "You sure about this?" Zaya asked. "No," Juno said. "But we're doing it anyway." Behind them, headlights appeared. More motorcycles. The rest of the crew. Solon led them. 11 bikers, total. They parked, engines off. Everyone gathered around Juno. "Here's the plan," Juno said. "I go in alone. With the money. They'll take it. They'll let Cade go. Or they'll try to kill me." "Probably the second one," Solon said. "Yeah," Juno agreed. "That's where you come in. You follow the tracker. Find their hideout. Find Zaya's brother. Get him out." "What about you?" Solon asked. "I'll handle myself," Juno said. "And if you can't?" Solon asked. Juno didn't answer. He looked at Zaya. "Stay with Solon, no matter what happens. Got it?" "Got it," Zaya said. But her voice shook. Juno checked his watch. 11:55. 5 minutes. He picked up the backpack, started walking toward the mill. The others watched him go. Nobody spoke. Zaya grabbed Solon's arm. "We can't just let him walk in there." "We're not," Solon said. "We're following the plan." Inside the mill, Cade sat on the concrete floor. His hands were still tied. Blood dripped from his lip. They'd hit him. Twice. But he didn't talk. Nix stood across from him, arms crossed, face hard. "Your friend will be here soon," Nix said, "with my money, and then I'll decide if you live or die." Cade smiled, blood on his teeth. "You'll die first." Nix walked over. Fast. He kicked Cade in the ribs. Cade gasped. Pain shot through his chest, but he didn't scream. "Still tough?" Nix asked. Cade looked up, eyes burning. "Yeah." Nix laughed. He turned to his men. "Watch him. If he moves, break his legs." 2 scorpions nodded. They stood near Cade, guns in their hands. Nix walked to the window. He looked outside, waiting. Then he saw him. Juno, walking across the parking lot, alone, backpack over his shoulder. Nix smiled. He actually came. He turned to his men. "Bring him in." The front door opened. Juno stepped inside. The mill was huge. Empty space, high ceiling, broken machinery scattered everywhere. 20 scorpions stood around the room, all armed, all watching. Juno's heart pounded, but he didn't show it. He walked forward, slow, steady. Nix appeared from the shadows. "You brought it?" Juno dropped the backpack. It hit the floor. Thud. "It's all there," Juno said. Nix nodded to one of his men. "Check it." A scorpion walked over, unzipped the backpack, looked inside, pulled out a stack of cash, flipped through it. "It's real," the man said. Nix smiled. "Good." He looked at Juno. "Where's the girl?" "Gone," Juno said. "Somewhere safe." "That wasn't the deal," Nix said. "The deal was the money for Cade," Juno said. "I brought the money. Now, let him go." Nix laughed. "You think I'm stupid?" He pulled out a gun, pointed it at Juno. "You think I'm just going to let you both walk out of here?" Juno didn't move. "That's exactly what I think." "Why?" Nix asked. "Because you're a businessman," Juno said. "You got your money. This is over." Nix stepped closer, gun still raised. "It's not over until I say it's over." He looked at his men. "Kill them both." Guns clicked. Hammers cocked. Juno closed his eyes. This was it. Then glass shattered. The windows exploded. All at once. Smoke poured in. Thick. Gray. Blinding. What? The Knicks yelled. Gunshots. Yelling. Chaos. The bikers stormed in. Not just 11. 20. They'd called backup. Chains swung. Bats cracked skulls. Fists flew. The scorpions fired blindly. Bullets hit walls, ceiling, each other. Juno dropped to the floor. He crawled through the smoke, searching. "Cade!" he yelled. "Here." Cade's voice, somewhere to the left. Juno crawled faster. His hand found Cade's boot. He pulled out his knife, cut the ropes. Cade's hands came free. "Can you stand?" Juno asked. "Yeah," Cade said. They stood. The smoke was clearing. The fight raged around them. Bikers versus scorpions. Blood. Screaming. Madness. Nix appeared through the smoke, gun raised, aimed at Juno. "You!" Nix yelled. He pulled the trigger. Bang. But Cade moved. Fast. He shoved Juno aside. The bullet hit Cade's shoulder. He spun. Fell. "No!" Juno yelled. Nix aimed again. But Solon tackled him. Hard. They hit the ground. The gun flew across the floor. Juno ran to Cade. Blood poured from his shoulder. Dark. Too much. "I'm fine," Cade said. But his face was pale. "We need to get you out," Juno said. He lifted Cade, threw his arm over his shoulder. They moved toward the door. Behind them, the fight continued. But the scorpions were losing. Outnumbered. Outmatched. Nix crawled toward his gun, fingers reaching. Solon kicked it away. "It's over." Nix looked up, blood on his face, rage in his eyes. "This isn't over. I'll find you. I'll find that girl. I'll—" Solon punched him. Hard. Nix's head snapped back. He went silent. "Now it's over," Solon said. Outside, Juno helped Cade to a motorcycle. Zaya ran over. "Is he okay?" she asked. "He will be," Juno said. Sirens. Distant. Getting closer. "Police," Cade said. "We need to go." "What about my brother?" Zaya asked. "We still don't know where he is." Juno pulled out his phone. He checked the tracker. The signal was moving. "They're taking the money," Juno said. "And they're going somewhere. Fast." He showed Zaya the screen. A red dot, moving across town. "That's where your brother is," Juno said. They jumped on their bikes. Engines roared. The sirens got louder. Red and blue lights appeared in the distance. The bikers took off, all of them, into the night. The police arrived at the mill 2 minutes later. They found the scorpions, beaten, bleeding, unconscious. But the bikers were gone, and so was the money. The red dot stopped moving. An old warehouse, east side of town, near the docks. Juno and the others parked a block away, silent, watching. The warehouse looked abandoned. But lights were on inside. Shadows moved behind dirty windows. "How many?" Solon asked. "At least 10, Juno said. Maybe more." "And we don't know if the boy's even in there," Solon said. "He is," Zaya said. Her voice was hard. "Sure." Juno looked at her. "How do you know?" "Because I can feel it," Zaya said. Cade leaned against a bike. His shoulder was bandaged, tight, but blood still seeped through. "We don't have time for a long fight," Cade said. "I'm losing blood. We go in fast. Get the boy. Get out." "And if they won't give him up?" Solon asked. Cade looked at him. "Then we take him." They moved toward the warehouse. Quiet. Like shadows. Juno reached the side door. He tried the handle. Unlocked. He pushed it open. Slow. Quiet. Inside. Voices. Men talking. Laughing. Juno peeked around the corner. 5 scorpions sat at a table, playing cards. Guns on the table. The backpack sat in the corner, wide open. Cash spread out. And in the far corner, tied to a chair, was a boy. 13 years old. Brown hair, bruised face, tape over his mouth. Zaya's brother. Juno turned back, whispered to the others, "He's there." 5 guards, armed. "We can take 5, Solon said. "Quietly," Cade added. "If they call for backup, we're dead." They slipped inside, one by one, silent as ghosts. The scorpions didn't notice. Too busy counting money. Too busy laughing. Juno moved first. He came up behind the closest guard, fast, silent. He wrapped his arm around the man's throat, squeezed. The guard struggled, then went limp. Juno lowered him to the floor. No sound. Solon took the second guard. Same move, same result. 3 left. One of them looked up. "Hey, where'd Marco go?" He stood, looked around. Then he saw Juno. His eyes went wide. Intrud. Cade threw a wrench. It flew across the room, hit the man in the head. Crack. He dropped. The other 2 jumped up, reached for their guns. Too slow. The bikers rushed them. Fists, boots, chaos. 30 seconds. That's all it took. 5 scorpions. All down. All unconscious. Zaya ran to her brother. She ripped the tape off his mouth. "Milo," she cried. The boy looked up, tears in his eyes. "Zaya?" She untied the ropes. His hands came free. He threw his arms around her. They both cried. Juno watched. Something in his chest hurt, but good hurt. "We need to move," Cade said. His voice was weak. He swayed on his feet. Solon caught him. "You're not looking good." "I'm fine," Cade lied. They grabbed the backpack, left the money. It didn't matter anymore. They walked outside, into the cold night air. Milo held Zaya's hand tight. He looked at the bikers. "Who are they?" "Friends," Zaya said. "They saved us." Milo looked at Juno. "Thank you." Juno nodded. "Let's get you home." They walked back to the bikes, but when they got there, they stopped. Someone was waiting. A woman. Tall. Dark hair. Leather jacket. A badge on her belt. "Police. Going somewhere?" she asked. The bikers tensed. Hands moved toward weapons. "Don't," the woman said. She held up her hands. Empty. No gun drawn. "I'm not here to arrest you," she said. "Then why are you here?" Cade asked. "To say thank you," the woman said. She walked closer. "I'm Detective Rivera. I've been tracking the scorpions for 2 years. Tonight, you did more damage to them than my entire department." "We didn't do it for you," Juno said. "I know," Rivera said. "You did it for her." She looked at Zaya, then at Milo. "The scorpions are finished," Rivera said. "We arrested 30 of them tonight, including Nix. They're going away for a long time." "Good," Cade said. Rivera looked at the bikers. "I should arrest you too. Assault, property damage, vigilante justice." Nobody moved. "But I'm not going to," Rivera said, "because sometimes the system fails, and sometimes people like you step in." She pulled out a card, handed it to Juno. "If you ever need anything, call me." Juno took the card, said nothing. Rivera walked back to her car. She got in, drove away. Silence. Then Solon laughed. "Did that really just happen?" "Yeah," Juno said. "I think it did." Cade stumbled. His knees buckled. "Cade!" Juno caught him. "We need to get you to a hospital." "No hospitals," Cade said. "Too many questions." "Then where?" Juno asked. "I know someone," Solon said. "A nurse. She owes me a favor." "Good," Juno said. "Let's go." They helped Cade onto a bike. Solon drove. Careful. Slow. The others followed. Zaya and Milo rode with Juno, the boy's arms wrapped tight around his sister. They drove through the empty streets, past closed shops, past sleeping houses. The night was quiet now, peaceful, like nothing had happened. But everything had happened. They arrived at a small house, White fence. Flower garden. Solon knocked on the door. A woman answered, 40 years old, kind face. She looked at Cade. What happened? She asked. Gunshot, Solon said. Can you help? The woman sighed. Bring him in. They carried Cade inside, laid him on the couch. The woman went to work, scissors, bandages, needle and thread. Cade gritted his teeth, didn't scream, didn't make a sound. 30 minutes later, she finished. He'll live, but he needs rest, real rest. Thank you, Solon said. The woman looked at him. We're even now. Even? Solon agreed. Outside, dawn was breaking. Pink and orange filled the sky. Zaya and Milo sat on the porch steps, quiet, together. Juno walked over, sat down next to them. What happens now? Zaya asked. You go home, Juno said. You and your brother. You stay safe. You live your life. What about you? Zaya asked. Juno smiled. We go back to being bikers. Zaya looked at him. You're not just bikers. What are we then? Juno asked. Heroes, Milo said. Juno laughed. I don't know about that. I do, Zaya said. She hugged him. Tight. Thank you. For everything. Juno hugged her back. You're welcome. He stood, walked to his bike. The other bikers were already there, engines running, ready to go. Cade appeared in the doorway, arm in a sling, face still pale. You good? Juno asked. Good enough, Cade said. They got on their bikes, one by one. Zaya and Milo watched from the porch. Will we see you again? Milo called out. Juno looked back. Maybe, if you need us. He twisted the throttle. The bikes roared to life. All of them. Together. They pulled onto the street, into the sunrise. And just like that, they were gone. Zaya held her brother's hand. They stood there for a long time, watching the empty street. They really saved us, Milo said. Yeah, Zaya said. They did. Inside the house, the nurse made coffee, poured 2 cups. She walked to the window, looked out at the street. The bikers were just dots now, disappearing into the morning light. She smiled, shook her head. Crazy bastards, she whispered. But there was respect in her voice. 3 days later, Zaya stood in front of a police station. She took a deep breath, walked inside. Detective Rivera sat at her desk, paperwork everywhere. She looked up, saw Zaya. Can I help you? I want to make a statement, Zaya said. Rivera nodded. About what? About the Scorpions, Zaya said. About everything they did. To me, to my brother, to others. Rivera leaned back. That's a big step. You sure? I'm sure, Zaya said. Rivera smiled. Okay, let's talk. They talked for 3 hours. Zaya told her everything. The threats, the violence, the fear. Rivera took notes, recorded it all. When they finished, Rivera looked at Zaya. This is going to help put them away for good. You're brave for doing this. I'm not brave, Zaya said. They were brave. The bikers. They saved us when nobody else would. Rivera nodded. I know, and they're not the heroes this city deserves, but they're the heroes it needs. Zaya smiled. Batman reference? Rivera laughed. Yeah, couldn't help myself. 1 week later, the trial began. Nix and 30 Scorpions faced the judge. The evidence was overwhelming. Testimonies, confessions, physical proof. The jury took 2 hours. Guilty, all counts. Nix got 25 years, the others got 10 to 15 each. The Scorpions were finished. The news spread fast, through the city, through the county. Everyone talked about it. The gang that terrorized the streets, brought down by a teenage girl, and a group of bikers. At the Iron Den, the bikers gathered. Friday night, Like always, Cade sat at the bar, arm still in a sling, beer in his good hand. Juno walked in, threw the newspaper on the counter. The headline read, "Scorpion Gang Convicted. Victims Testify." Below it was a picture. Zaya leaving the courthouse, head high, strong. "She did good," Juno said. "Yeah," Cade said. "She did." Solon walked over. "You think it's really over?" Cade took a drink. "It's over for them. But there will be others. There always are." "And when there are?" Juno asked. Cade looked at him, smiled. "We'll be here." The door opened. Cold air rushed in. A man stood in the doorway. Young, maybe 20, scared look on his face. "Please," the man said. "I need help. Someone's after me. I didn't know where else to go." The bikers looked at each other. Then they looked at Cade. Cade sighed, set down his beer, stood up. "Come in," Cade said. "Tell us what happened." The man stepped inside. The door closed behind him. And outside, the sun set on another day. But the iron den stayed open, because someone always needed help, and the bikers were always there.